Humans can lick too. One night, a young girl was left home alone with her loyal dog while her parents went out. As she tried to sleep, strange noises from downstairs made her nervous. To calm herself, she let her dog lick her hand from under the bed, which gave her some comfort. This happened several times throughout the night. In the morning, she made a shocking discovery. Her dog had been killed, and beside it was a note that read, "Humans can lick too." The frightening realization was that it wasn't her dog comforting her during the night, but an intruder hiding in her home. Black-eyed kids. The tale of the black-eyed kids describes eerie children with completely black eyes who show up at night, knocking on doors or car windows, asking for help or a ride. Though they appear to be normal children, their black eyes and unsettling presence instill fear. People who encounter them report feelings of intense terror. When someone lets these children into their house or car, strange and bad things often follow, such as accidents, illness, or even disappearances. Hanako-san. Hanako-san is a ghostly spirit said to haunt school bathrooms in Japan. According to the legend, if you knock 3 times on the 3rd stall door in the girl's bathroom and call her name, she will appear. Those who summon her might see a young girl in a red skirt or hear her voice. Hanako-san is linked to tragic tales, like being a girl who died during World War II or a victim of bullying. Some say she might pull you into the toilet if disturbed, while others believe she simply scares those who summon her. The Babysitter and the Man Upstairs. A young babysitter was looking after 2 children when she began getting strange phone calls. The caller kept asking if she had checked on the children. Alarmed, she called the police, who advised her to keep the caller on the line the next time they called. When she did, the police traced the call and discovered it was coming from inside the house. They quickly rushed to save her and the children just in time. Monkey Man of Delhi. In 2001, Delhi was engulfed in fear over sightings of a creature called the Monkey Man. It was said to look part human, part monkey, with glowing red eyes and metal claws, and could leap across rooftops effortlessly. The Monkey Man allegedly attacked people at night, causing panic. Despite numerous reports and police investigations, the Monkey Man was never caught. Some believed it was a prank, while others thought it was supernatural or an unknown animal. The Man from Taured. In 1954, a man arrived at Tokyo's airport with a passport from a country called Taured, a place that did not exist. The passport appeared legitimate, complete with stamps from other countries. The man insisted that Taured was real and said it lay between France and Spain. When officials couldn't locate it on a map, he became visibly frustrated. The airport detained him in a hotel while they investigated. But by morning, the man and his documents had disappeared. Despite searches, no clues were found, leading some to think he came from a parallel universe. Night Marches. Night Marches are the spirits of ancient Hawaiian warriors who are said to appear at night, led by a chief or king. They are heard by their chanting, drumming, and the blowing of conch shells as they float above the ground, marching to sacred places or battle sites. Encountering them is considered very dangerous, as looking directly at them or showing disrespect could lead to death. To avoid their wrath, people are advised to lie face down on the ground. If one of the marchers recognizes you as their descendant, you might be spared. The sighting of night marches is often taken as a sign of upcoming bad luck or disaster. Melon Heads. Melon Heads are described as small humanoids with oversized heads who live in forests in Ohio, Michigan, and Connecticut. The story says they were once children suffering from hydrocephalus and were subjected to cruel experiments by a mad doctor. Over time, they escaped into the woods, creating an isolated community. These creatures are said to be aggressive and attack anyone who comes near their hidden homes. Despite variations, all versions of the story speak of these deformed beings lurking in the woods. Home intruder poses as a clown statue. A babysitter caring for 2 children noticed a creepy clown statue in the living room that made her uncomfortable. She called the parents to ask if she could cover it, but they were shocked and told her to grab the children and leave immediately, explaining that they didn't own a clown statue. When the police arrived, they found the clown was actually an intruder hiding in the house. Doll that grows human hair. The story of Okiku tells of a doll that is said to grow real human hair. A young girl named Okiku owned the doll, but she tragically died young. Her grieving family placed the doll on an altar, and they began to notice its hair, originally a short bob, growing longer over time. Frightened, they took it to a temple, where monks confirmed the hair was indeed human. The doll remains at the temple, where monks trim its hair regularly, as it continues to grow. Many believe the young girl's spirit resides in the doll. Devil's Tower. Devil's Tower is a giant rock formation in Wyoming that has inspired many legends. According to Native American lore, it was created when a group of girls were chased by giant bears. To protect them, the Great Spirit made the ground rise beneath their feet, forming the tower. The bears tried to climb, leaving deep claw marks on the sides. Other stories describe the tower as a place of supernatural energy, often linked to UFO sightings and mysterious events. The expressionless. In the 1970s, a woman with an unsettlingly blank face was brought to a hospital in Los Angeles. She wore a blood-stained white gown, and her presence made the staff uneasy. Although she looked human, her movements were disturbingly mechanical. When doctors tried to treat her, she attacked one of them, revealing rows of sharp teeth. She then fled the hospital, never to be seen again, leaving the staff traumatized and the story a chilling legend. Skeleton in a tree. In the 1940s, a group of boys playing in the woods near Hagley, England, found a skeleton inside a hollow tree. Authorities believe the remains belonged to a woman who had been murdered during World War II. The mystery deepened when graffiti appeared asking, "Who put Bella in the wych elms?" Despite many theories, including occult rituals, the woman's identity and how she died remain unknown. The strange discovery and the cryptic graffiti have kept the mystery alive in the local community. Death of Gloria Ramirez. Gloria Ramirez, known as the Toxic Lady, was brought to a California hospital in 1994 due to advanced cancer. When doctors treated her, they noticed an oily sheen on her skin and a garlic-like smell. Shortly afterward, several staff members fainted and experienced nausea and breathing problems. The emergency room was evacuated, and Ramirez died. An investigation concluded that a mix of her medication and a rare chemical reaction led to the toxic fumes. Her unusual death is one of the most puzzling medical cases in history. Gateway of the Mind. The Gateway of the Mind story tells of scientists who wanted to communicate with God by cutting off all sensory input from a person. They performed surgery so that a man could not see, hear, taste, smell, or feel. Eventually, the man claimed to hear voices and said he was communicating with divine beings. He experienced terrifying visions and finally begged for the experiment to end. His last words were reportedly a warning about the dangers of experimenting with human consciousness.